Good morning there, guys. Welcome to episode number 6 or leg 6 of our Ferry Flight Series down to Barcelona. Yeah, thanks for being here. We are going to do a slight amendment on the flight plan. We're currently at Dinard here. We flew in there in the last episode. It's just getting dark. It's now sort of late dusk, so this will be a night flight. And we're going to cut the corner. We're not going to fly to Vannes here. We're going to go straight on to Nazaire, or however you pronounce that, Mont. That's where we're going. So LFRZ, and we're going to just cut that corner there. It doesn't make much sense to go out there. So let's jump into the sim. Now, I'll talk about various things as we go along, but there's some stuff to check out here. Before we do any of that, let's get this baby warmed up, and I've got my checklist here, so let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay, just needs to come a bit closer. Oops. Sorry guys, pressed the wrong button. 1 second. Alright, before... Engine start. Okay, I'm going to just read this from here. Okay, so brakes, parking brakes are set. Master battery switches on. Strobe light on, which it is. Throttle cracked. Mixture full rich, which it is. Fuel pump on. Let's see. Oh, actually full forward and then cracked. That's fine. Okay, and then prop area is clear, so we can go ahead and start. Okay, excellent. Right, as that is happening, we'll just switch on our avionics. Yeah, a few things to talk about. First of all, I've fixed all those little minor things that I said I was going to fix, like the mixture. I've had a request to add in the wind, which I thought I did do, but I can't. And that's it there. PFD, wind, and I like option 2. There we go. So that's the wind. So we've got a northerly cross wind of 17 knots, or southerly, I should say. So there we go. Right. The other thing is. 2 things. You might be able to notice that Dinard Airport is looking pretty snazzy, and that's because I got Rex Global Airports, or whatever it's called, World Airports, and I'm really liking it. I really am. It brings a new sort of realism to the sim. So let's just jump out and have a quick look. Now this is a small airport. Whoa, sorry guys. But let's just take a look at this hangar, for example. I mean, the detail is really quite nice. Lighting is done really well, and I like it. Really does is a nice addition to the sim. So highly recommended. Does a brilliant job, in fact, on the bigger airports. So really, really good. The other thing, as you might see, I'm struggling a bit with the views. That is because I went ahead and got onto the chase plane beta or alpha program. It was a paid thing, but this is. Let me just full screen. Chase plane, I should say. alpha, and it's fantastic. And I'm just going to adjust this a little bit, because so what I've done, I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to use this, well, certainly not in this video, but I've set up some different views. I've got some onboard views. So I've got a captain's view, right seat, left, right passenger view, and like this GoPro mount view. And then I've also got some outside views. So what I'm going to do, before we get anywhere, I'm going to just show you what I've done. So I can cycle through my views. That's my left side, right side view. That's my passenger wing view, left side passenger wing view, and then I've got this kind of GoPro mount in the, and you know, looking down from the top. So that's pretty cool. Here's some outside views. I haven't perfected these by any means. This is like I suppose a GoPro wing view. Oops. And then I've got one on the. Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah. One on the other side, one on the tail, and then one from the front, and then this is like a landing gear view, left and right, and that's it. So pretty cool. So far, really liking the easiness of it all. It just works, and it does have turbulence and head bobbing and all that kind of stuff that EasyDock did. So I don't know, could be the end of an era. Anyway, let's just carry on. We've got with our checklist here, and we'll get the show on the road. Okay, so caps, handles, the pin is out, seatbelts and harnesses. Oh, hang on, I haven't done the before taxi. Oh, hang on. Well, I know what that is. For some reason, that isn't working. And also, for some reason, I can't use... I don't want the dome light on. The light switches on the Saitek panel don't actually work for some reason in this aircraft, but there we go, never mind. So just taxi on out. Oops. Okay, actually, the wind is telling us that we need to really take off from down here, so we'll taxi the opposite way that we came in. There we go, just going to raise my view up ever so slightly. Okay, good. So we've had some rather, whoops, interesting weather here in the last few days in the UK. We've had a storm blow through. Why are we still going? Oh, that's very bizarre. The name of that storm right now escapes me. Sean? No, Angus. Right, that'll do. Okay. So we're going to enter the runway. We're going to backtrack a little bit and pay special attention to the runway textures. Might not look that different right now, but there's a few little enhancements there that's kind of cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to come off this runway, and we're going to set the autopilot up. Okay, we'll come off here. Oops. Alright, that'll do. Okay. So let's just sort of set up our autopilot. So again, we'll climb up to 8,000. We'll see how that works out. We will use the engine management. Why not? We'll set a cruise speed of 150 knots. And then we'll change our heading once we get onto the runway. Okay, so landing lights on. We don't set any flaps because we're using the whole runway. Our nav lights are already on. Picture heat is on. De-icing, I guess we could turn on just for safety. And our fuel pump is still on until we climb up and out. Alright, so just lining up. Okay, that's good enough. I'm just going to set our parking brakes for now. The other thing I need to do is put our destination in. That's the one. Montoir in Nazaire. Apologies about if I get the pronunciations wrong. I never was very good at French. That's all fine. That's all fine. Okay. Good stuff. All right. So, just recenter my view. Still getting to grips with it. Chase plane, that is, but it really is intuitive, and more importantly, it's an absolute breeze to install. It just works. It's absolutely great. Starts up with prepared and does what EasyDock should have done. EasyDock is great, don't get me wrong. Right, the other thing I didn't do, let me just to runway heading. There we go. So, we're all good to go. You can see the wind is coming right at us at 17 knots. So, all good. Okay, so here we go. We'll set takeoff power and off we go on our next part of this fun journey. Okay, full power set. Just pushing forward on the stick just to give me a bit of stability, and we are up and away. Alright. Okay, so should be pitching up for Y, climbing out at that speed. Flaps don't need to go up because they're not down. And the turbulence model, I think, is really quite nice. As are the lights. Very cool. Oops. Okay, so I'm trying to maintain runway heading as we climb up. And just because we can, let's have a quick look at some of the outside views. Oh, in fact, let's have a look at the passenger view. Oh, hang on. That's bizarre. Okay. I obviously didn't check that they were Up. Naughty, naughty. Okay. Right, let's have a look outside. In fact, before we do that, let's just turn our autopilot on. Make life a little bit easier. And then we can have a good old look outside without panicking too much. Pretty nice. Okay, I think those views need a little bit of work, but on the whole, pretty damn cool. So we've got a headwind of 28 knots, which is I'm just going to lean out here, give us a bit more power. Pretty much getting engulfed in clouds right now. Try and stay on course. But this is our first full night flight, which is kind of nice. It just shows you how much. Because I've tried to stick as much as possible to the time, in that I've allowed for an hour at each leg. So we've done a lot of flying. Actually, that can't be right. Maybe I think something's gone wrong there. Because although we did start early in the morning, I don't know. Maybe these are pretty short flights. I mean, you know, you wouldn't do that in real life, obviously, because it would be too tiring. But we've achieved 6 flights basically, and it's only just dark. In reality, I think that would actually. Well, you would do longer flights. We're doing shorter hops, just because I don't, you know, sitting through a lot of time on a flight is not that exciting. We've had quite a bit to talk about, but. Moving forward, what I might do, guys, and again, let me know, is when we start going on these longer stretches, I'm going to probably do a bit of video editing so that, you know, cut some of the cruise out, just so that you're not sort of waiting around. So, I hope that's okay with you. Obviously, if anything happens during that, I will bring you back immediately. But you know, usually it's fairly uneventful, and it's just we're waiting for the top of descent. So yeah, but we'll keep going a little bit more. We'll get up to cruise altitude first, and then I'll probably will cut the video and bring you back just as we descend into Nazaire, St. Nazaire. Getting pretty close to me revealing this excellent bit of kit that will enhance your sim like no other thing for less than £50, which I guess is what, about $80? No, probably a bit less than that now. The pound's gone pear-shaped. Yeah, probably about $65–70. I'm kind of struggling to climb here. We've got now 37 knot headwind. Not helping things. Scattered it. Oh, I missed that. Anyway. Pretty nice. Such a great plane, this. It really is. High performance. Easy to use. Sophisticated autopilot. Really, really nice. So yeah, this is one of the issues that I'm having. I'm using the hat switch to move the view around. You can also use the middle button on the mouse. Oops. Whoa. Like that. Which is kind of cool. Maybe I should get into the habit of using that more, to be honest. Let's put our oxygen on just in case. 42 knot headwind now. But yeah, it's a really great bit of kit. I do highly recommend it. Both of the new products actually. The airports Rex Global HD airports, which basically, if you don't know what it is, it turns all of the default airports, 28,000 of them, whatever it is, and it gives them a facelift. Basically, it kind of puts high definition textures on all the hangars and roadway taxiways, and does a really cool, good job. So well done, Rex. They're great products. I've had a lot of Rex products in the past. Never been disappointed. Okay, we're coming up to cruise altitude, but we seem to be engulfed in clouds, so I'm gonna we've got to 11,000. And we'll just see how that works out for us. Seems kind of clearer, but I think we're sort of trapped between layers. So I've got the vertical speed at 1400 feet a minute, which is why looks a bit aggressive. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna... Those clouds look pretty high. We'll see anyway. Let's just have a little pop outside, shall we? Very cool. Hope you noticed I'm a very smart pilot, always dressed professionally. Okay, we're going to level out at 10,000 guys, just because we're not going to make it without going up considerably more. Which of course we can do in this, but this is a relatively short leg. We've got 58 nautical miles left, so it wouldn't be worth it. Wouldn't be worth spending the fuel getting up there. So we'll call this our cruise. Actually, our landing lights can come off because we're above 10,000. We will stay up here. If anything amazingly interesting happens, I'll bring you back, but expect to be back with us just as we are starting our descent down into Nazaire. So I'll see you very shortly. Okay, cheers. Hey there folks, welcome back. As you can see, we are in some pretty rough air, cloud, So we are going to start the descent. We're 19 miles out, so we're going to slowly start our descent. And just power back. And okay, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Pretty, you know, as I expected, fairly uneventful cruise. Very pleasant it was, and then we just hit this big bank of clouds, but it's not too crazy. Nice cloud effects there. That's what it's like from the passenger's perspective. Very nice. Okay. So landing lights should go on this stage. Oh yeah, this other function that Chase plane has is that it's got this cinematic mode. If I press M, let's see what happens. It's kind of cool, and it zooms in on its own, and it will change the angle again at some point. There we go. So that's cool. Nice little feature there. Okay, so let's just have a quick look here. And you can see what we're going to do is we're going to cross over the runway. And then we're going to do left-hand turns in. And we'll keep an eye on the winds. It looks like we've just broken the cloud there. Oops, in view. Okay. Still pretty heavy wind component there, 43 knots. So, yeah. Okay, right, let's do our checklists. Oops, okay, so our descent checklist is done. Fuel system mixture needs to be pretty much lean by now. Okay, before landing, seatbelts and harnesses secure. Fuel pump is on boost, which it is. Mixture as required. Autopilot. Okay. Alright, all good there. Pretty nice. The other thing that I did is I completely reinstalled. I had an issue, basically. I think, I'm not entirely sure what the issue was, but it was to do with SIM Connect, and it kept timing out. And I uninstalled Ultimate Traffic, and I uninstalled EasyDock, and it would work kind of every other time I would start the SIM. So I had to basically, I tried reinstalling just the client. That wouldn't do it, so I basically just deleted everything and started again, reinstalled everything, and in doing so fixed the issue. But also I installed the new FTX Central, so all of my ORBX stuff is now all synced. There's the runway head dead ahead there. Now we want to fly over that at about probably possibly a little bit higher than that. 1600 feet, that'll do. So now all my ORBX stuff is installed through that, which is so much easier. There's no kind of having to extract and download stuff. It just does it all automatically. So I've got FTX Global installed, I've got Vector, I've got Europe Land Class, I've got North America, I've got Shoreham, I've got some individual airport sceneries as well, so that's all working and fine. And it makes a reinstall, if you have to do it, so much less stressful. It really does. So it's pretty awesome. To be honest, we've got this sort of north-east direction, so I think we'd be better off landing. Just get my mouse this way. So why don't we do that? So we're a bit twitchy here, is that? Oh, the frames aren't excellent. I guess that's because we got lights going on, maybe. Don't know. We've certainly got a bit of, it's quite windy basically, and actually as I went to make another coffee here, the wind has really picked up. We're due 40-mile-an-hour winds this afternoon, then there's a sort of a break, and then this evening it says up to 60 miles an hour, so it's like another storm coming through. And I live right on the seafront, which is fantastic because I love weather and I love the power of weather. So we get a first class seat basically, which is very nice. Not so nice getting to the car though, when you got incredible winds and stuff, but anyway, it's pretty cool. Alright, so I think what I will do is I'll hand flight now, so I'll disconnect the autopilot. And yeah, we will hand fly this baby in. And see what's what. So we need to start slowing down. Just turn my heading select off. Go, and descending a little bit. I'm trying to sort of be very nice and gentle imagining we have passengers. So we'll go to our first stage of flap. And then just trimming down again to counteract that. And sorry guys, struggling with these views. Let me just, oops, that's better. Okay, so that 22 knot wind is making things a little bit interesting. Okay, so before landing, seatbelts and harnesses are secured, fuel pump is on, which it is, mixture is required, flaps out required. A bit slow actually, our entry speed, well, not really flying a pattern as such, so we should, well, that's about right actually. Keep the power on at about 25%. Should do it. And a little bit low here. Okay, we'll get a full flap. And we'll try and battle that 22 knot crosswind as we come in. It's going to be interesting. Loving the lights though, they look great. Very nice. Got to do something about this microphone wire, slightly in the way. Alright, a little bit fast.
500.
Flying into that wind, trying to stay reasonably lined up. That's not too bad. I think we should be okay. It's not what you want to hear from your pilot, is it? I think we'll be okay. Bit of left rudder in there. Not much, just a little tad. Okey-dokey. A little bit of a flare. Power off. And holding it, holding it, holding it, holding it, holding it. Controlling with the rudder. And we are down. Okay, so welcome to Nazaire. Flaps go up. And looking for our taxi lights go on. Okay, is that? No, that's just a weird light going on. Okay. Actually, I don't know. Is that a... Yeah, that's just some weird textures. How weird. It looked like it was a parking thing. Can't actually see the taxi. Oh, there it is. There's blue. Gosh. Something odd is going on here. Must be the wind. I'm literally full right rudder and I'm trying to... Okay, there's our taxi. There's our exit. We'll come off here. And hope that it gets slightly easier to taxi. Anyway, we'll see. Calibration for the next one. So there we are, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know. I think it's better to have a little kind of cut in the we'll just park over here next to this building. Yeah, a cut in the cruise just to so you don't have to sit through that. The videos, the longest video I've done is about an hour, and I think that's just too much. So without further ado, we'll set our, we'll do after landing. So fuel pump comes off. Secure the aircraft. Avionics switch comes off. Sorry, I realise you can't hear me. Throttle to idle, which it is. Ignition switch to cycle. Mixture to cut off. All switches off. And with that, we are done. So, all that's left to do is to open the old door and hold on to your hat because it's pretty breezy out. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Please like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me just go to Sky Vector here. So we're currently down here. Nazaire. So the next flight is from Nazaire down to La Rochelle. Now La Rochelle, is it La Rochelle or is it Bordeaux? I think we decided it was Bordeaux. So when we get to Bordeaux, that is when I'm going to be doing the reveal of this really cool piece of hardware that I think is really, well, it's certainly really enhanced my flight sim experience at home. I'm not currently using it because it would be a bit of a giveaway. So I will wait until that point. I might reveal something a little extra about it here, but I certainly won't be giving it away. So there. So when we get to Bordeaux, that is when I'll have the thing set up and it'll be working, and I'll show you how it works and all that good stuff. So in the meantime, please like and subscribe, comment, leave any feedback should you wish to, and I really appreciate it. And thank you again to our new subscribers. Really appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next video. I'm going to do some live streaming at some point, probably in December when my workload slows down a bit. So yeah, but we'll talk about that closer to the time. So thanks, guys. Enjoy the weather wherever you are, and be safe. And if you're on the south coast of the UK, be ready for some pretty wild weather this evening. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Take care.